Truth with Lou and Don. Please like, subscribe, and share. What is going on, party people? Welcome back to Tell Your Truth, Speak Your Mind with Lou and Don. We're gonna talk about something. I guess it's kind of near and dear to both our hearts. I think.
Yeah.
What's going on, brother? How you feeling?
I'm good. I'm good. Welcome everybody to the Tell Your Truth with Lou and Don, or Don and Lou, or the Brothers Black. Like to give a shout out to Princess. She ain't here tonight. But we're gonna carry on further. Hopefully, I dug into a topic today that should be near and dear to a lot of black men out here and women. We would love to have a woman on the show because it'd definitely been able something to bounce off of with this. So the topic of the night is raising children with different mothers or fathers. The trials and tribulations. I mean, this might be a 101 with this one because this can get deep.
So, when you're like, I guess first biggest thing is when you're raising children and you have multiple children by different baby mothers or different children's mother. I don't like that baby mother shit. That's degrading to me. I guess the first and biggest thing is realizing that each one of those women are different. So let's say, for example, you got two children, one by one mother and one by another mother. And those children come to your house at the same time because that's your time with your kids. You got to realize that those children are coming from different households. So you got to reprogram them different to how they behave in your household.
Well, let's back it up a little bit. Let's start with the parent, the other half, the child's mother and her background, because we could easily have two different kinds of backgrounds when it comes to raising kids.
Right.
Before they even get to, when they get them there, our values hopefully our values matched up because we got a kid, but that's not always the case. Because I'm just the monetary part. You feel me? Not just the kid. So let's start there. I mean, let's say I'm gonna go ahead.
So I think one of the biggest problems that us as men have, right? And I'm gonna beat us up a little bit for a second because I'm one of them. We get with women based on the things that we like as men. You know what I'm saying? The visuals. We get into it with the little personality joint. But what we never really sit back and really think about is, if this woman has my child, are our morals and principles going to match up the whole time? Because that's just huge. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes, definitely.
You get a woman pregnant and she decides to have the child. Y'all was raised differently. Y'all might have different morals. I know I raised children the way that my dad raised me. I raised children hard. You know what I'm saying? Well, my sons I raised hard. My daughters I'm a little softer with, because I want to show them that every man should treat you as good as your father treats you. But we don't look at that. You know what I'm saying? Those are not the questions that we ask when we, you know what I'm saying, when we trying to you know what I'm saying, get it on with a woman, or we trying to get involved with a woman. We don't think about those questions.
Well,
you have two sons, right?
I have two sons and a bonus daughter.
Okay.
The bonus daughter, I've been in her life since she was 2.5, 3 years old. And of course, I've been in my son's life. One's 19, one's getting ready to turn 19 in October, and the other one's turned 29 in July. So, but you know what I'm saying? So it's dealing with the oldest one's mother. Man, listen. I mean, it's when we separated after marriage, it became about the money. You know what I'm saying? And her trying to hold on, uses him as a pawn in the situation. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Which is like, it took my son till this year at 28, and he said to me, "I think my life would have been a little better and a little different if I'd have stayed with you." Because now that you get that as an adult, you get to analyzing what you went through with your moms. Like I said, I tell her, I said, no, irregardless, that's not a word. Regardless,
Thank you, sir.
you and your mother go through, that's still your mother. I never talk bad about the mothers or anything, because guess what?
Right,
They're gonna be able to see that in the long run. But I
right.
think the biggest thing is that when you do that on a mental, it plays with the mentals of the child a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He made it out
Absolutely.
cool, but he told me, he said, when I came over your house, it was a different place. Like my mom's and my pops was living at that point. So my father would always stick a couple dollars in his pocket. I'd take him shopping. You know, even though I was paying child support, I'd take him shopping, grab
Right.
new gear, whatever. You know what I'm saying? My mother was like, "Yeah, where the boy at? Woo, woo, woo." You know what I'm saying? So when he was over there, it was different. Like he had his own. He was good. You know, he could have. He was all right. But his mom's fearing because I wanted him with me. But you know
Mm,
what happens when you get the kid, the money stops.
right.
So I didn't see my son for almost 2 years because she was playing on a, you know, it was a level of immaturity that she was playing on. But I told her what she was gonna do. I said, yo, when he turn 18, then you want me to come fix him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or when he gets out of hand, you're gonna want me to come fix him. That's not the way to do it. I said, if we're gonna raise him, let's raise him. I mean, by the grace of God, he didn't end up in. He went to jail for some traffic, but it was all totally his thing. You know what I'm saying? It was all him. You know what I'm saying? But he was out there trying to figure it out, but he wasn't trying to ask me how to figure it out
Right.
because it was such a wedge that his mom's put between me and him. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy because I always took my sons when I hang when my sons always hung with me and my homeboys. Like if I'm going out, like you show them this is what men do. We might go to the
Right.
cookout. They hanging out with their kids, because you're not. Hey, come on, dad. They got kids. All our kids kind of growing up together. You feel what I'm saying?
As they
So
should. Right.
so they all knew each other. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to teach them something. Yo, go get a job. Go get this. This is how you succeed in life. So what about you on some of yours?
So I have two daughters, two sons, um, three children's mothers. Um, so like my oldest daughter, she just recently got married. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And I had an opportunity
Congrats.
to really thank you, sir. Thank you. Um, I had an opportunity. I think a day or two before the wedding, and I sat down with her mom, and we really had a heart to heart.
Right.
Um, we really kind of looked back through because my daughter's 32 now. You know what I'm saying? So we look back through the last 32 years, and I had an opportunity to tell her thank you. You know what I'm saying, for doing the best job you can with my daughter. You know what I'm saying, like raising our child the best way
Right.
you knew how. Um, I made some major mistakes when I was coming up, when I was raising my children. I looked at child support as I did my part. Um, so I didn't fight for the custody. I didn't fight for the joint custody. I just kind of look at it as, no, saying I'm doing my part. I'm doing what a man is supposed to do. I'm providing for my child. Um, However, my daughter came to visit my daughter, my grandson, and at that time it was my future son-in-law, now my current son-in-law. They came to visit, and my daughter, me and her sat down, and we really had a conversation that we never had before, and it showed me the level of intelligence and maturity that this young lady um, had, and she said something to me that kind of took me back, or took me aback, excuse me. She said, all through my life, you was able to be financially available, but you weren't able to be present because you had to make sure that you were supporting not one, not two, not three, but four different households because you still had to support where you lived at. And she was like, now that you and I have these moments together where we actually get to sit down and we talk, she was like, now I can tell you, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would have preferred your presence as opposed to your money. She was like, now I know bills got to get paid and all that because she's grown now. So she know bills got to get paid. She said, but I missed out on some pivotal moments with my dad that I really wanted. And she was like, everybody else got the financial aspect of that. Even me, I got the financial aspect. But what I didn't get, what my brothers didn't get, what my sister didn't get, was your actual presence in our lives. So
let me
go ahead.
Let me bump in right there. And I get what you're saying, because at one point, because my sons are 10 years apart, for a few years there, and there's no other way to replace $1,800 a month but to go out and work.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you're talking about total child support for between two people,
right.
That ain't no little bit of money to sneeze at.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's like, be like, yo, you want me to be there, but I got not only the $1,800 in your pocket, I got to take care of the bills in my house.
Right.
So, you know, it's something to be like, oh, I mean, in your mind, you be like, I ain't going to be there because I got to do this overtime.
Like, if I had it to do all over again, right? If I can rewind the hands of time, I would have did things right. I would have been with one woman, had my children with one woman, and raised them in the household together. I told my daughter's mom, because she was like, you know, why did you just throw me away type of thing. And I was like, because I was too young to appreciate the person you were.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I said, and now, you know, the woman that I'm with, I get to appreciate her every single day. Now, my children, my daughter's mom and my wife, they get along very well. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, I think sometimes they get along too damn well. I don't need two people beating me up right now. I just need one of y'all at a time. But it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really do enjoy and appreciate the fact that they can sit down, have conversations, you know, at the wedding. You know, they was walking off together, and I'm walking behind them by myself, like, okay, you know, I'm here. Hey, y'all. But it was a beautiful situation for my daughter to see that you can actively co-parent with somebody. You know what I'm saying? You can really effectively because she, you know what I'm saying, her and her my grandson's father are not together. You know what I'm saying? Now she has to be in a co-parenting situation because now she got a husband, you know, and even though her husband is not her child's father, you still have to embark a level of respect on the fact that he's the one that's there every day. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So yes, your children's father, you know what I'm saying, might call you up and be like, yo, I want him to come down, but you got to look away. Oh, you know what I'm saying? My husband got plans for us this weekend. We might have to change that up, especially if you don't have an agreement in the courts. You know what I'm saying? You got to be like, you know what I'm saying? Okay, well, my husband got plans for us this weekend. It might have to be next weekend. I know that's your son, but he's here. He's waking up with him every single day. You know what I'm saying? And us as men, I think the hardest part for us is to deal with that aspect of it. But if we really want that aspect to be dealt with, we would be the one in the house with the child. That means get with a woman that you can stay with. You know what I'm saying?
That's in the perfect world, Don. You know that.
It is. It is in the perfect world. but we gotta respect the fact that there's a man who stepped up. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not only co-parenting with that woman, you're also co-parenting with that man. You know what I'm saying? And if y'all can't get on one accord, now your child is being pulled in a triangle because he was raised one way, she was raised one way, and you're raised one way. And now that child is basically being taught by three different people how to grow up.
You ain't never lied. You ain't never
You know
lied.
what I'm
But
saying?
yeah, I said a true story though. So I get the call from my oldest one's mother. I think he's about 15, right? So the whole thing boiled down to like at that time, just his mom was married. Boom. So she called me and told me he cut the cord to the flat screen because he
Who
because he
your
couldn't
son?
because he couldn't watch what he wanted to watch on TV. In my mind, it was sleepy time.
Right.
And
Bust
I've
that
been
big
I've
ass.
been like this. I've been just like, dude came across to be the boss in his house. And you gonna cut the cord to the TV? Man, it wouldn't have been nothing you could do. Be like, yeah. I'd have been like, yo, he cut the cord to the TV. Chad. Ain't nothing really. You know what I'm saying? Calling me and he did some slick shit like that. I'm like,
And see, I look at things. Let me ask you this, right? During the time that your children were growing up, you know what I'm saying? Now, like you said, his mother's married. That means every day that your son wakes up, that's the dude he got to see. You know what I'm saying? If it came to chastising that your son, are you for or against that man chastising your son?
listen, I'm a realist like this. The real says the real. You know, most of our egos get caught up in a lot of this, right? I ain't telling you to go out there, and especially if me. But see, the problem was me and her husband never had a conversation. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? He wasn't the type of dude like my son didn't respect him at all. Zero, zilch,
Mm,
and it didn't
mm,
help none. You know what I'm saying? And I'm the dude. I went there and said, "Look, man, that's that man's house. Just like when you in my house, you got to respect where you live in. You know what
mm-hmm.
I'm saying? You got to give him respect. You got to give your mother respect. But you know what I'm saying? So it's always it's a double edged sword. But you got to understand that outside of abuse, we got abused when we was coming up, no doubt.
Fuck yeah, yo. Like, yeah. Yeah.
We got
That wasn't
abused.
ass whippings. That was abuse, yo.
That was abuse. We got abused when we go outside of that. If he a man on holiday, man, that's what your son did, ABC, XYZ. But like when you do certain shit, you get certain repercussions. And I'm not, it is what it is. But if we as men do men shit, talk to the man, yo, that's my son there, boom. I'm gonna respect you, you respect me. We raised a kid. You know what I'm saying? And my ex-wife had two daughters at the time. So one was already moved out. The youngest one, the middle one was still there, but she was doing her own thing. She was going to nursing school. She was trying to corrections. She was kind of because me and her father were cool. You know what I'm saying?
Got it. Okay.
So we was cool, like boom. So me and her father was cool. The other one's father was deceased. So when I came into the picture, I kind of grounded them out as girls. You
Okay.
see what I'm saying? So it was like, cause the oldest one, wild girl. She was right. She proved to be wild too. Some of that she did some wild shit. But she was gone by then. So you feel what I'm saying? The middle one's a nurse now. So Jordan is the baby. I mean, Calvin is the baby. Calvin was the baby of the three. So
Okay.
I don't know her mother, she different. Like both of them, both of them, they like night and day. They different. Like she got whatever thought process she had, she didn't say it with me. So co-parenting with her was like running into a brick wall.
Mm.
You see
Yeah,
what I'm
like
saying?
when my son's mother, both my sons got the same mother. And when she was, getting ready to get married, getting engaged, all that, dudes moving in, he came to my house to have a conversation with me. And we sat out on the porch. You know what I'm saying? We had a conversation. You know what I'm saying? A real conversation. And my first thing was, if you're gonna be there, be there. Don't run in and out. You know what I'm saying? Like, because my sons are gonna get used to you being there. You know what I'm saying? And they don't need to go through that shit all over again. So if you're gonna be there, be there. You know what I'm saying? Like that was my first thing. My second thing was, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna respect you as a man, respect me as a man. You know what I'm saying? Now, the next weekend after that conversation, no, I take a lot back. The weekend after they finally got married, I had my sons with me. And they was like, Mr. Will this, Mr. Will that. And I said, hold on, we gotta put a pause on this. That man is married to your mother. Y'all are all living in the house together. Mr. Will is a dude that's passing through. I said, y'all gotta find a better name for him than Mr. Will. Because that Mr. Will thing, it basically says, I don't respect you as being who you are. So I'm gonna treat you like you're not gonna be here long.
you do have a point there.
You know what I'm saying?
You do have to.
And they would always call me dad, so they would call him pops. And I was like, I'm cool with that. But because I needed them to understand that if your mother said I do to this man, and she dedicated her life, technically, to this man, I need y'all to also have a level of respect for this man. Now for me at that time, it was a lot of maturity. Because I don't think I handled it the same way with my oldest daughter. You know what I'm saying? When she was calling her mother's boyfriend, but dad, but that's her boyfriend. That he might be passing through. You know what I'm saying? He ain't permanent. So I think as men, it's hard for us to wrap our mind around our children calling somebody else a name of authority, so to speak.
I don't think it's the authority. I think it's the name of dad, pops, or one of them that you really don't want to hear none of your children call another dude. Unless you're that trifling dude.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Then it don't matter. Hey, you ain't worth two flies smashed together. It don't matter. You have not fulfilled the role of that name. It don't matter. So
yeah, it's different. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like you and I, we came from the same school. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, you had respect for your elders. You know what I'm saying? You respect your parents, or your father might knock your brand new teeth out your mouth. You know what I'm saying? So we grew up the same way, and that's the way that I try to raise my children. Respect your elders, respect your parents, both of us. I remember my daughter, you know what I'm saying, called me and was like, I'm coming, I want to come live with you, because mommy keeps yelling at me. And I was like, yeah, I need to put a pause on this conversation because this is an area in life I've never been in. I need to reach out to my elders. So I reached out to my older sister and I was like, yo, she called me and said this. My sister was like, yo, get a grip. Her and her mother getting into it and she trying to find an escape. She's like, call her back and tell her, get your shit together and your mother won't get in your ass. You know what I'm saying?
Listen. Now, my youngest, me and his mother, we can co-parent together. We just can't. Our communication skills with each other are the worst thing on the planet because she don't know how to talk to nobody. But she is a great mother. You know what I'm saying? Great mother. But me and her, oil and water. So sit down. Me and her, oil and water. So My son, you know, when you got kids, all of them got their own personalities.
Right.
So different personality. So my son is passive aggressive, but he went through that phase where he was raggedy as fuck, like talking slick,
Mm.
talking reckless, getting slick. Took her to the took her to the brink and back. Took me there with him. I was like, "Oh, bro, I will snap your neck." You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad it was a phase he went through because he was. Ooh, I thought it was going to be a murder. But when you dealing, and I'm going to tell you, the oldest one mother and the youngest one mother, night and day. But as far as communication, yo, she is. And I'm gonna say something. Did you ever meet your daughter's mother's mother? No, your mother's mother.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I had known now, because I met the mothers, I would have took heed to that shit.
Mm.
you, you
Mm.
want because that there is a replica. You, you feel where I'm going.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm going. And I was like, because her father was my dude. He was cool. He was, but the mother did it. Bossy is all get out.
Yeah. My daughter's mother, my oldest daughter's mother, her mom is supreme. She's a preacher. She always treated me with love and respect. Even when me and her daughter split up and she was having my child, she treated me with love and respect. Um,
You got the
my
preacher's daughter
sons,
pregnant.
yeah, man, yeah, yeah. On purpose, might I add, on purpose, on on purpose. Shucks. Yeah, yeah. My son's mother, her mom, super cool. She didn't take no shorts. You know what I'm saying? Like she'll go out in the street and fight a motherfucker if she had to, but she was, you know what I'm saying, super professional, very respectable. My youngest daughter's mom, ironically, her parents are both educators.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Both educators in a college, but somehow or another, their daughter fell so far from that tree. Um, and that's what she instilled in my daughter.
Oh,
It was all about money. It was all about daddy's a wallet. He's not a man. He's just a wallet. Um, and me and my youngest daughter, we're estranged right now. We don't really talk at all. I think we might have had 2 words to say to each other since her last child support check. Honestly, um, literally, probably 2 words. I said happy birthday. She said thank you. And that was last year. Like that was the 4 words that we had between each other. Um, since her 21st birthday.
mm-hmm.
She's gonna be 26 this year.
Oh, 5 years?
Yeah, yeah. In 5 years, we've had 4 words between each other. Last year, the year before last, my wife was like, just extend the olive branch. You know what I'm saying? Reach out to her for her birthday and see if that can grow from there. So, I reached out to her because I don't have a phone number. I reached out to her on Facebook. I was like, hey, princess, happy birthday. And about 2 weeks later, she responded, thank you. And that was it. You know what I'm saying? So it hurts because my children know, you know what I'm saying? Like, not only do I love you, you know what I'm saying, but I got your back. If anything I can do, I'm going to do. Even though I'm off the child support, you know what I'm saying? Child support done. But that just means I got more maneuverability with my money. You know what I'm saying? If you hit me up, my sons will hit me up in a heartbeat. Dad, can you know what I'm saying? Can you go ahead and float me $50? Well, no, they don't never say no. They are give. Can you give me? Is my boys. They have zero expectation of paying anything back.
Yeah, well,
Dad,
once you
can you send me $50? Can you send me $100? And I'll be like, all right, cool. Now my oldest daughter, if she calls me up and be like, Dad, can you send me $100? I'll pay you back on Friday. And I'll say to her, okay, I'll send you 100, but you ask for 50. I'll send you 100. Pay me back 50. Put the other 50 in my grandson's piggy bank or something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Because the fact that you offered to pay it back, first of all, I'm giving you more than what you asked for because you need 100. You're asking for 50. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I try to be good to my kids. I try to teach them the way. All my children are grown now, and now that they're grown, I can talk to them real. You know what I'm saying? I can have real conversations with them. I don't have to pull no punches. I can really have real conversations. My youngest son, he'll call me. He'll strike up a conversation. We'll be on the phone for about 15 minutes. I'm like, okay, what you want? Because me and you ain't never had a 15-minute conversation because he's always his mind is moving 8 million miles a minute. So he can't sit still for 15 minutes. If you sitting still for 15 minutes having a conversation with me, what you need?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But the fact that he has in his mind, I just can't call my dad and just be like, yo, send me $50. I gotta make sure that I check all the boxes. Okay, how you doing, Dad? You good? How's work going? It's good? Okay. Work's going good. How's your life been treating you? Life treating you good? You know
Unusual conversation.
Yeah. So he'll weather through it. But like raising children with different children's mothers, for one, as men, we gotta realize the biggest thing is in some way, whether we did or we didn't, that woman feels wronged by us.
All day and twice on Sunday.
You know what I'm saying? She feels like she has been wronged by us. So when she has that in her mind, she's already going to be coming to you from an adversarial place. You know what I'm saying? No matter what. That means we got to sometimes humble ourselves and go, you know what? Even if I didn't wrong you, even if what I did was for both our greater good, I didn't want to smack you. I didn't want you smacking me. I walked away. We still got to humble ourselves and go, you know what? I know that this woman is coming from a place of hurt. And since she's coming from a place of hurt, I'm going to try to come from a place of healing. You know what I'm saying? I got to speak to her in a way that even though she's going to be angry, you cannot argue with yourself. I don't care how hard you try.
Yeah, but I tell anybody. So it took strokes. I mean, when you have a conversation with your son, and he says some half slick shit like, "You ain't been paying your child support," huh?
Right?
Like what? And then you got to be like, you know what? I'm gonna give it to you full blast. Here's my paycheck. I'm gonna show you something.
Mm-hmm.
See that dash right there?
Mm-hmm.
That
See that line item?
It's negative. That money goes into a system we call child support, and it gets dispersed to your mother. Mm-hmm. I give your mother no money straight out of my pocket, but that's a conversation that had to be had because somewhere down the line, she done told him your father don't take care of you.
Either that or you overheard it.
Yeah, so
you know what I'm saying?
And we had that, but it still took him a couple years to understand. He was like, "Oh, I get it now." I said, "Yeah, you had the money I was giving you on top of that, and the other activities and everything. That was your money." I mean, even though we know that it's supposed to be for room, but well, the youngest one mother did what she's supposed to do with the money. Like All his
Right.
activities were paid for, everything like that. But this one, who knows? My son said, yeah, I see. Then this is a conversation we had recently when he matured and came around and turned the corner. I would go she would take him to the store and say, yo, you get whatever's on sale. Not what you want, but whatever's on sale. You know what I'm saying? Nothing over $60. I was like, hold up, that sounds like some shit my mother did to me.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, wait a minute. Now, she wasn't getting no child. My daddy was dad. You know what I'm saying? But $60 tennis bag in the day was expensive. You feel what I'm saying?
For sure.
The average pair of tennis that a kid wants now, you're going to spend $100 easy.
That's off the break. $150, $200. You can't buy shoelaces for $60 no more.
So when you got to have those conversations, because my son's feeling slighted because he don't think he has the things that he needs. Mind you, he knows there are other things because he was spending time with me, my mother, and my mother and his grand. Like, they always kept me fresh. You send me home with new clothes. Why can't I get this out of this house? You feel what I'm saying? Now you're looking at like, why can I? Now the little one, man, he had. Yeah, you want a pair of Jordans? No, I want some Crocs. The new LeBron just came out. Now I want another pair of Crocs. You want something else? Sweatpants and a hoodie. Total opposite. I don't know.
Yeah, it's being
opposite.
taught. It's being taught the value of money. You know what I'm saying? Like when, with like my son's mom never had a complaint about where child support went. You know what I'm saying? Like, I paid child support. She took care of the bills in the house. She took care of the kid, my sons. When they would come out here for the summer with me, she would always make sure she bought them all new clothes for the whole summer. Because she don't want to be labeled that type of mom. You know what I'm saying? She don't want to be like, you know what I'm saying, I'm sending him out there. I'm sending the boys out there, and now you got to buy them clothes. She made sure the tag's still on the clothes, brand new, every summer. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. My daughter's mom, same thing. You know what I'm saying? So you figure my oldest daughter lives in New York. So her mother's bill structure is different.
You watching this?
Yeah. My daughter's mom up in New York, you figure, you know what I'm saying, rent $2,000. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, nah, that's for a room.
You know what I'm saying? And you got, I think her rent's well above $2,000 now. But you think when she was raising my child, $2,000 for rent, Con Edison in New York, that's the electric company, high, gas high, groceries high. So you know what I'm saying? Like, she did what she could, what she had, which was basically my child support and her salary. My sons live down south. You know what I'm saying? Like, their mother had a little more flexibility with the dough. You know what I'm saying? So she can take them out, buy them all some new, you know what I'm saying? Buy them all shoes and clothes. And when she sent them, you know what I'm saying, to come stay with me. But my older sister, because I was on some weight, like, I pay child support. You ain't gonna come out here and I'm about to blow dough on you. You know what I'm saying? My sister, my older sister.
We all went through that phase, but my mother wouldn't let me go, but so far with that bullshit.
Yeah, my older sister was the person. Like, she was like, no, you need to cut that shit out. You helped her pay some bills. That's about it.
Yeah, that's shit. We thinking another thing, like, I'll give you that bread, yo. You better make that shit work. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't want to give it to you. The motherfucker downtown told me to give it to you. So that's a double negative. First of all, you took me downtown. Now you got this motherfucker telling me I gotta give you this money.
Right. You got a man telling me how to take care of my kids.
Right.
But we grew. You know what I'm saying? We grew up. We realized, like, I ain't going front. I paid my last child support. I was jumping for joy around this mother. Bruh. You figure I paid child support for 30 years, basically.
It's 10 years between them. So Jordan. So I finished, he finished. So yeah, 30 years.
Because in Kentucky, where my sons are at, whatever you pay for the two even though the first one aged out, you still got to pay the same for the one.
What?
So it's yeah, man. It's not like when my
So they
when
get
my
the
oldest
whole
son.
they get the whole joint.
Yeah. It's not like when my oldest son aged out of child support that my child support went down. I still had to pay the same amount for the one that I paid for the two. Yeah, man.
What?
Yeah, that's Kentucky state law.
So
Yeah.
wait, so woo, I'm glad. Shit.
Right.
Listen.
Right.
When child support, the crazy thing, because you get different reactions when child support's over, right? My oldest one, when child support was over, my mother told me when child support over, she's gonna tell you to come get him. What happened? You need to come get your son. I wanted to say, part of me was like, "Ooh, this bitch here." You know what I'm saying? And then my oldest one, when it was ended, it was nothing. And I always told her, I said, "Yo, this ain't a gravy train. It does run out."
Right.
And it ran. What happened? It ran out sooner than she. Remember, we had this conversation. It ran out sooner than she expected.
Mm-hmm.
So she's been tripping ever since.
Like our responsibility really never ends. You know what I'm saying? Being a parent never stops. You never stop.
That's a lifetime thing.
You know what I'm saying? That's a lifetime thing. You know what I'm saying? Until we pushing up daisies, you know what I'm saying? That's our life.
Let me ask you a question.
We decided to have children.
Let me ask you a question. What's the most fucked up, wild shit one of your kids has had to say to you that you was like, yo, what the fuck?
My youngest daughter, she came to spend the summer with me, and I gotta work. I gotta keep working because when my children came out here to spend time with me, I never stopped child support because they still got to go home to a place to live. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They got to go home, the lights being on, gas being on, rent being paid. So I never stopped child support. My youngest daughter was like, I thought I was coming out here to go shopping every week. The fuck? Do I go shopping every week?
That's the worst thing. I'm talking about greasy.
That's probably the worst. That's probably worse. My children all knew I would bust that ass, yo.
It depends on, like, my son was on the end of the phone though, so it was a difference. He wasn't standing in front of me.
Shit, I'd been in the car headed over that way.
He said, "I see you when you dead." I said, here's my comeback. I'll probably be going to your funeral because the way you're going is fucked up. And guess what? I got an insurance policy. You getting cremated, and I'm gonna be on the beach smoking a cigar while your ass is doing what the fuck ever you.
Damn. Y'all are petty times too, motherfucker. Damn. God damn, son. How fucking petty can you be, yo?
So he apologized for that shit. But
I've always given my children, at least at times, I've given them the latitude to speak their mind. I'll be like, look, you holding something in, I need it to come out, because until it comes out, we're not going to really be having conversations. So here, you got 15 minutes. Say what's on your mind. Let it out. My daughter never took me up on that. My youngest daughter, I never gave her that option. My oldest son, when I gave him that option, like, my man sat there and pondered everything he needed to say. He said, I got 15 minutes. You got 15 minutes and go. Nigga, I let him get it all out. And I said, okay, let me answer them questions one by one because you gave me a lot. But once I did that, then he understood why me and his mother were no longer together. Why dad decided to move out the house. Because he was on some, you could have just moved down to the basement. Y'all could have just lived in a house like that. And I was like, now how would that have worked, man? How would that work?
Kids are funny.
know what I'm saying? Your mom upstairs with her boyfriend, I'm downstairs with my girlfriend. How that's gonna work, dude?
Close the
And
vents.
He was like, you know what I'm saying? He was like, oh, I never thought about it like that. I was like, yeah, your mother needs her privacy. I need mine. You know what I'm saying? How is that gonna work, bro?
Kids should not see toxicity.
Right. I think us not being together, me and my son's mom, we was able to co-parent them better than when we were together. Because we did have two different upbringings. My parents, at least my father, authority. You know what I'm saying? Authority. Until I got to the age where I ain't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Once I got to that age, it was just like, shit, hit me if you want to. I'm still gonna walk out the fucking door. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still going to do what the fuck I'm gonna do. But up until that point, shit, all my father do was look at me. I was telling my wife one time, I was like, yo, in our house, if you didn't get good grades, you weren't allowed to laugh in the house because you ain't got shit funny.
It ain't.
You ain't got the whole house, everybody cracking jokes, laughing. I cracked the joke. My father said, what you laughing at? You ain't got good grades enough to laugh. And I said,
remember, we came up on words like, what the fuck is you stupid? You're one dumb nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Dumb motherfucker.
You're a dumb motherfucker. But and them shit, we took them shit like, yo, we just called me dumb. And we went out to prove that we wasn't. You tell this new generation they dumb, they might commit suicide.
Right. They'll be like, oh my God, my daddy called me dumb. Come on now. Put your shit together.
I got a new generation. I got a new generation kid. I had to readjust my way of talking to him and getting points across because he's from this new generation of softness.
Now, my son, even though my children, like my daughter's a millennial, I think my oldest son falls into millennial. My oldest daughter falls in. I don't know.
What is it? 1990? What the 90? What on up is millennials? And then you got Gen X, right?
Yeah, Gen X. So yeah,
my son's
my oldest son, my oldest son, my oldest daughter, and my youngest daughter are all millennials, and then my youngest son is Gen X or Gen Z. Gen Z.
You sure Z?
I think we're Gen X. I think.
Are we Gen X?
I think we're Gen X.
What generation are we? Are we Gen X?
Y'all gonna be like that dumbass generation. What you mean?
We're the last. Listen, we're the generation that don't take no shit. That's all they know.
Yeah, we Gen X.
Yeah,
we Gen X. So
1965 to 1980.
Okay, so Gen Z. X. Gen Z is my youngest son.
My youngest is a Z.
My youngest son.
No, both of them Z's, ain't they?
No, your oldest son is
29.
Millennial. Yeah, he's a millennial.
Yeah,
he's millennial.
Millennial is 81 and 96.
Yeah, he's a millennial.
Yeah,
and then Jordan's a Gen Z. Yeah,
so
Gen
both.
Z.
So my youngest daughter, my oldest son are not millennials. Then.
Yeah, they're Gen X's.
They're Gen Z. I mean, Gen Z.
They're Gen Z.
Because Shell just said it ended, what, 96?
Millennials started in 96, 97.
Ended 96, I think.
In 96. So millennials started in...
Millennial was 1981 and 1996.
In 1981 and 96.
And Gen Z was 1997.
God, dang, that far back?
Gen Z is 97 and up.
97 to 2012.
To 2012. And Jordan is a Z. Damn, he a Z? Because he was born in 07.
Yeah, he's a Z.
He's a Z.
Yeah.
He's the last part of the Z's.
Yeah. So
damn.
You got to think, like, we're raising children totally different from the way we were raised. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Sometimes two generations.
Huh?
No. Millennials started.
Hold up. So you can do that.
Millennials started ended in 96.
Millennials ended in 96.
Okay.
Gen Z started in 97. 96. No, 96?
Yeah, because Gen Millennials would have ended 96. So
Yeah.
my oldest daughter's a millennial. Well, I know that because you know.
Well, Calvin is a millennial, a Gen Z.
No.
He was born in
Well, yeah,
he was
yeah,
born in
yeah.
96.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
Jordan
yeah,
was born
yeah.
in 07. That makes him a
Gen Z.
Gen Z.
Mhm.
So, okay. But yeah, they got you okay.
Yeah, like you I try to tell my kids, you know what I'm saying? I don't need you to be hard, I need you to be responsible. You know what I'm saying? I grew up hard. You know what I'm saying? I grew up the hard way. I grew up with my dad. If he wanted to put his hands on me, he didn't look for a belt. He put his hands on me. My mother, she grabbed the first thing that was closest to her.
Well, that's everybody that had that one.
Right. So God forbid she was in the kitchen because there ain't nothing but pots and pans in there. I need you to come in the living room before I crack slick.
Millennial Z.
Yo, you know what the crazy thing about it? I'm reading the Gen Z, right? 97 to 2012, yo. Right? That's what I'm looking at. Now the generation, they got Generation Alpha and Generation Beta. That's 2013 to 2025. And the Generation Beta just kicked in 2026.
Damn. So my grandson's an alpha. And so watch this. My son-in-law, right? Now he's a millennial raising a Gen Alpha. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? So now he has to experience what I experienced. You know what I'm saying?
Right, because
2 generations separates him and my grandson.
So let me ask you a question. Let's flip it like this, because it's 7 to 8 years between me. What she was born in? 8. No, wait a minute. She was born in, because I'm a Generation X. I'm a Generation X, so she's a millennial. No, she's not saying she's a Gen X. My ex. She's a Gen X. So, I mean, but you married to a millennial.
A millennial. I'm married to a millennial. You know what I'm saying? And for one, it keeps me young, but I also have to remember sometimes we grew up differently. You know what I'm saying? The way I grew up, the way she
when
grew
was she
up,
born?
She was born in 86.
86.
Yeah. She's a
If
millennial.
she was born in 96, we got to have a talk with Don.
If she was born in 96, I need to have a talk with Don. Shit.
I believe Don Kelly, come on down.
Shit. Nah, she was born 86. She's 86. She's millennial.
But when you asked her yesterday, you know who the fat boys are? No.
So then there's no need in continuing the conversation at that point because you're not gonna get it. Her and my daughter get along because they're both millennials. My oldest daughter and my wife are only fucking 8 years apart. You know what I'm saying? They're both millennials. But it kind of works for me because when I can't relate to my daughter, she can. You know what I'm saying? If I don't understand where my daughter coming from, and I'm looking at her like she got 5 heads, my wife is like, yeah, just go sit down. We got this. I know where she's coming from because you know they speak a whole different language from what we speak.
Yeah, we speak common sense. They speak whatever they want to.
Right. Like my wife got this girl math thing. You know what I'm saying? Like she'd be like, if I save $100, that means I get to spend $50 on shoes, and I'm like. Does it really work? That doesn't work that way. And that's how my daughter think about things.
You know what that's called? A Jedi mind trick.
My daughter, when it was time for her to get the alteration done to her dress, she reached out to her mother, and her mother reached out to me and said, the alteration to her dress is going to cost $700. I said, isn't that the whole price of the dress? Like, why is the alteration $700? But for millennials, they look at it as What I want, I'm gonna do. I'm gonna find a way to do it, even if it involves your pockets. I'm gonna find a way to do it. So, like,
Yo, listen, hold on, let's run it back. So, remember let's run it back. Remember you having the conversation about your son calling you and asking you for the bread. This is how mine comes across. There's no questions. It comes across pops with a question mark behind it. You know what I know? It's about to be about money. And then the other one, Dad, what you doing? I know what that is. Just
that's
about
a money conversation. Yeah, that's a money conversation.
But then you got to tell us, like, yo, y'all telltale signs of something.
Right.
But I've never, like, my oldest son, we to the point where we have good conversations now, and the little one, if his mother would let us have our relationship instead of the relationship she think we should have, we'd be fine. You feel what I'm saying? Because we have our relationship. I said,
yeah,
it's dude here. You mom's son. Dude, it don't work that way. Because I'm going to see things, because I've been a dude all my life. You've been a woman all your life. There's certain things that ain't going to jive. You know what I'm saying? You raised your daughter good, be good. Let me finish, you know what I'm saying? Because
let me do my part now.
My ex, yeah, your son going to kill himself. Put him on the phone. Yo, what the fuck? Is you stupid? Man, go get yourself together. Let's have the hard conversation. Why?
Right.
I can't. Really, dog? Man, half the population be dead if they had them problems. Get your life together.
That's your issue? That's the hill you want to die on? But I appreciate everybody for tuning in, cutting up with us. Yeah, it is. We might have to circle back to this conversation. Especially if we can get a mother on with us, you know what I'm saying, and really have this conversation so that we can kind of understand where each other's coming from. Because I think that's the breakdown. We're not having the conversations.
I think it's always communication. It boils down to it's always communication.
Always. So until next Monday, be blessed, people.
I think we're gonna do part 2 next Sunday. But hopefully we can get we need a female that's got kids or whatever that understands or a couple baby fathers that can relate to the situation.
Yeah.
And that way we can bounce back and forth, and everybody have an equal it'll equal the landscape.
Yeah, absolutely. So tune in next Monday. Rock with us. If you don't know, please do us all a favor. Like, subscribe, share this with a friend. Fellas, you might have one of your homeboys who currently in the child support game, and he don't even know how this whole thing gonna play out. So send this to him. Let him watch it. I'm taking from damn. We not even OGs no more, nigga. We unks.
Yeah, we no. And don't worry, you're gonna be a G. You already a G pop. I ain't get to that level yet.
Yeah, I'm definitely a G pop, yo. So we let him tell him, send him, say, yo, the unks was dropping science, and he might need to watch it because he might be just starting this child support co-parenting journey, and he might need to know it. So send it to your friends, and then tune in if we can get a mother on with us next week. We'll have part 2, and it'll just get better for y'all. So until then, I'm Don.
I'm Lou.
That's my man Lou, and we're gonna be out, but we'll be back next Monday for sure. Like, subscribe, share. Be easy, folks.
It's time to tell your truth with Lou and Don. Please like, subscribe,